Welcome to the temporary series I got going on, where we got 3 packs to open. Of course, supposedly, within 2 days of having the phantasmal flames at the place that I was working, they're all gone. And I shit you not, there was a lot in stock, and now there's none. So, however, the ones that are left over are the holo packs so far. Not very many of these in the store right now, as a bunch of those were also bought out. And a line of these. Of course, this one's new for me. I'm not entirely sure what that means for me. And these were okay. I think the last time when I was opening these and I was talking to Hot Dog, and I was saying that these ones are probably a little bit less authentic compared to official Pokemon cards. However, I just like having Pokemon cards, and eventually one day I'll probably have a chance to have a hobby in actually playing the actual physical card game. However, we're just going to dive right into this. Right now we're going to be starting with this pack. We have some cards here. I haven't seen anything that's inside. So, alright. The Mightyena. Never actually, so if you guys aren't already familiar, as much as I like Pokemon, I don't keep up with it, so I don't know any of these guys. But the Mightyena is the first one we got. Of course, this is not going to autofocus because it doesn't do that, but we'll set that right there. Alright, next one is the Conkeldurr, or Conkeldurr. Interesting little character. Ground type, it's fine. The next one we have is a trainer that's Bug Catcher. Really common in my opinion, especially if you play Pokemon Fire Red. The Morpeko, which is an interesting little beast. I've never seen this creature before. Kind of looks like the ghost type of Pikachu, does it? Interesting. Next one we have in line is the Double Blade. Now I'm pretty sure this is probably from like Sword and Shield, but I'm not entirely sure since I never actually played that series. But interesting. You got the Great Ball as a great trainer. Pretty good stuff right there. Anyway, moving to the next one. We got the Sobble. Rapid Strike. Interesting. I don't even know what this means up here, but that's actually pretty interesting to me, as it's new. Charmeleon. And I'm really excited that now we have a Charmeleon, because now I just need a Charmander, and I also need a Charizard. And that would be awesome for me. We got some energies, which is really nice, and that's all we got for this pack. And this was just the first pack. If you guys have a favorite for this one, just let me know. Because I think so far, my personal favorite is going to be the Charmeleon, because I'm biased, because I really like Charizard. But, for the time being, we'll move on to the next one. Alright, we're getting into the Holo Rare Pack. Of course, this one was actually really cool in the last video, in my opinion. So I might actually be really excited to open these packs in particular. Again, I don't know any of the cards inside, and I probably won't even know the Pokemon within. I may have taken a gander by pure accident, because I was thinking it was going to be one of those cards to scan and whatnot, but I think that was only coming from the Phantasmal Flames, or like the official Pokemon packs. But in the time being, I did a slight shuffle here, and we're gonna flip. The first thing we see, Megaton. Wow, look at that one. That reminds me of some old cards I used to have. Or Magneton. I hope I pronounced that right. He's actually pretty good in a deck. Ooh, look at this one. Maybe I can't hardly read that myself. Bennett, I think the name is. I think there was a shine to it, a little bit, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of a shine to it. That's really nice. I don't know what that really entails, but hopefully you guys can inform me. The Claydol. Alright, alright. So far, just some interesting stuff right there. Toxicroak. Now, I've never actually had this guy in my deck, but I do believe I used to have the previous stages, which I generally think that they were okay in a few decks, just as long as you know how to play them. Gonna move on to the next one. Looks like we have the Cloister. That's a really silly name, but I do understand why they have it. I'm not gonna have any more comments further than that, but alright. Rapid Dash again. Now, I think I was telling Hot Doggin that Rapid Dash is actually pretty good in some fire decks, which is really nice. You probably get like 2 of these guys in your playing field, and you could probably do some significant damage. And we have another Luminon, or Luminion. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next one because I genuinely don't have much good commentary for pack opening. This is a new thing for me, but at the same time, this is just me being really glad I get to make new decks and whatnot. However, a Weevil. Nothing special about this card itself, but this is an actually interesting looking Pokemon in my opinion. But wow, you can reveal someone's hand with that one. That actually sounds pretty cool. We got another Forester, or what is it? Fortress. Not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, here's a new one for me. The Clang. Nice. Seems pretty basic. It's a metal type. I usually never ran into metal types before, but because metal is a new element for me. But moving on to the next one. All right, Kilowattrel, which I think is a really funny play on words because kilowatts, but nice, nice. I don't even know what the previous stage is, but honestly, that's interesting. I actually really like that. And last but not least, Moltres. A Pokemon Go series, I guess. Look at that. Nice. I do believe I have something like this on the digital playing base or whatever, the Pocket Edition, which is really nice, really fun to play in my spare time. But that was what we got from the Holo Rare pack. Tell me what you got in the, or what was your personal favorite in this pack if you need to. We are going to move to the next one. All right, flipping. All right, Celio. Of course, it's not going to focus for you guys, and I do apologize for that, but we get the Celio. Nice, nice, nice. Moving on to the next one. Hat Trim. Again, I'm not really familiar with this one. I'm actually unsure when they were introduced, but I don't think I ever had that first stage in the first place as well, so I don't think I've ever got to know him personally. And Seer, really wacky little funky little character. Nothing too serious about this one. I don't even think I had a card of this one as well, of any means, but I do believe that this one could actually be really useful, especially since it has a surprise attack, but usually that just means you need the luck of the flip of a coin. Haunter, I do believe this is our second, maybe even third Haunter. I'm not entirely sure in my collection. However, nice. I do love the evolutions of, I think it's supposed to be Ghastly. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm not very familiar with all the Pokemon, but really fascinating stuff right here. Going on to the next one here. Ooh, look at that one. So we have another Revavroom. Not entirely sure how you could pronounce that, but look at that. Now I think this is supposed to be a foil, I'm not entirely sure, or a holo, but man, that really does look really nice. Really interesting right there. What is its ability? Rumbling Engine? You must discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. That sounds pretty good, actually. More cards the merrier, right? So we're gonna go on to the next one. Iffy. Yeah, I never had I'm not entirely sure if I had a card like this, but I do believe that I may have. This one actually does seem like a really familiar Pokemon that I used to have in my old collection. But, man, adorable little thing, ain't it? I know I mostly had electric and fire types, presumably. Alright, the Krogunk. I think this is a first stage of one of the previous cards that we may have pulled in the previous deck, which is actually pretty nice. Good shit right there, honestly. I got no more commentary for that, as it's not that new to me, but... Ooh. This one shines a little bit. Look at that, that's a little bit nice. You guys probably can't see it, but I do apologize for that, but the Electrotross. It actually looks like a cool little dude. Nice. Does some pretty good damage, I believe. Dratini. I am very familiar with this type. However, I guess it's a dragon type, I'm assuming through this symbol up here. I am very unfamiliar with dragon types or whatnot, since that is also a new element with me. Just like metal. Never knew metal was a thing. But, gonna move on to the next one. And we have the Feebas. Interesting. Now this one might actually be a little bit more closer to looking like the lionfish that Hot Doggin was talking about. Let's go to the next one. Purugly. Where is it supposed to come from? I'm not very familiar of its previous stage, but I do think it's pretty funny, name-wise, and I mean, the design doesn't seem so bad, so I don't know why it would be called ugly for whatever reason, other than maybe it's, one-hit wonder for the attack. That does, 120, but man, having to have 4 power is gonna be crazy. And lastly, for our pack opening, would be the Honk Crow. Interesting. Now this is totally new to me. I have never actually seen this one as well, and I'm very unfamiliar with the previous stage of its evolution. But I think that was a pretty interesting dive into this one. And I think the most important we got out of this one was probably this one, judging by its color and shine. And that was our last holo pack rare, or holo rare pack. Now, altogether, we did some pretty cool pulls, I guess. And I kind of want to show them off before continuing. I'm just not sure which ones I want to show off first, but I think I'll show this one off for what we got for the rare pack there. And for the other one we have over here, I think our best was probably the Charmeleon because of the Charizard. But out of this one, I think entirely was probably going to be our... let's see here. I'm very unsure if we actually had a really nice one come out of this pack in particular, but I think that Morpeko was probably the most interesting we got out of our, well, that happened, out of the first pack that we opened. Really interesting in general. And out of all these cards, I would love to hear what you guys think. Hey guys, just another short video. I was finally able to find another Pokemon pack, and wasn't easy. So far, the place I was working at finally had some more of these, and I know there was another cooler one I wanted to get at another location, but I didn't want to make the drive there. But so far, looks like this one also comes with a coin and a What's this one? Makuhita. Makuhita. Card. So far, looking at it, it might be a foil or whatnot, judging by the outline of the card. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still learning all of that. Between the last videos and this one, which, believe me, at this point, the previous video has yet to be even edited and released yet, so I apologize if this is going to be a little confusing. However, I'm still very unfamiliar with Pokemon. I even have to admit it, some of these I don't even see in the TCG mobile one. So I haven't been reintroduced. Oh, it's really sparkly. Look at that. Really sparkly. I like that. That's nice. And also here's that Snorlax golden coin. I do have a new another coin somewhere that I got recently. It was a duplicate of a friend's of mine, and it was a Lucario, so I ended up having a Lucario coin around here somewhere. And I think it's a large coin too. If I can find it, I'll just cut right to it. Now, moving on, the pack that we are opening is the Mega Evolution Perfect Order. So, if anything, we might actually pull a Mega in here, and if we do, I'm gonna go wild because it's a Mega. And so far, even in the mobile version of the game, they are kicking my butt, and I'm really bummed out about it. But we are going to open this and see what we get. However, I just shuffled, and I haven't seen any other cards inside. So, without further ado, I'm gonna flip. Oh, okay. A Mawile. Double Eater. Psychic. Okay, okay. Moving on to the next decks, we have Rattata. I really hate going against these guys because they are so common in Fire Red. Hippopotas. Oh my gosh. The Rattata escaped. So we got Fighter type. Oh, look at that one. A really shiny card right here. I'm not entirely sure how to really describe this one. But, yeah, look at that card. This one's Amarua. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. I really hope I didn't mess that up so much. But, oh, that looks like a big old moth. Look at this. Like a moth or a bird, probably. I don't know. But, Aromatasi. Probably. I don't know. Another psychic Pokemon? Whoa, holy shit. Let me see this. Wow, holy cow. Energy recycler, huh? I have never seen this before. 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Oh shit. Cool. That's actually kind of wicked. That is a really nice design. Like, that is a nice reflection right there. And it's a full art. Oh, we lost that card. Okay, so if there's gonna be a sudden cut in the video, I must alarm you that I should have probably listened when the first card fell, because my desk fell apart. This is a really old desk. I've had this like since before I even started my channel. And you can tell there's some wear and tear. Oh, shucks. Well, I don't even know how to continue off this. Okay, anyway, hey, we got some basic energy, which is nice because apparently I need more other energies just in general. But let me see. Igliash. Yo, how do you even pronounce that? This is a metal type. I'm still new to metal types and such. I never really encountered any. Another little reflective card right here. I really love that. I really like reflective cards. I really think they're really cool. But for the most part, it looks like this is our Dugong. Nice little silly little fella. I do also love seals. They're really funny and silly. Core memory. The Mega What is this? This card is attached to can use the attack on this card. You still need the necessary energy to use to attack. Oh, okay. So this is tied to in particular EX. I just can't really pronounce the one right here, and I know my camera's blurry because I can't really focus this one. I do apologize. But that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that some tools and stuff like that can even provide other attacks. But this thing does 350 damage. That will one-tap a lot of Pokemon that I know of. That's crazy right there. And honestly, I think that's really wicked. But anyway, we're going to move on to our last card here. The Dartrix. Oh, okay. Well, a little adorable little thing. You know. Nothing too serious. Big old owl. Looks like a nerd you'll probably see in like a library or whatnot. But alright, if I had to go through my entire card list right here and try to pick out maybe a favorite, actually personally I think this one might be a little bit difficult for me because I do have my personal favorites, and then I should probably choose the one that was probably our best looking card. We didn't pull any Megas or any EXs, which is completely fine. But what I will say is that between what we have, Dewgong was my favorite, one of the pulls for today, and this was probably our best card that we probably pulled. Now, of course, it may not be actually, you know, volatile, or not everyone really uses it, but at the same time, I also chose it based off of, you know, design. Like, look at those, like, rainbow reflections right there. Like, honestly, like, I wish I knew a little bit more about these cards. So I kind of want to know what, which this one means, you know what I'm saying? But personally, I think it's actually really cool. That was actually some really nice, you know, pulls, and for the most part, that was an interesting deck that we just got today. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you guys for joining me and supporting me. There might actually be a little bit more Pokemon videos in the future. Regardless, that might be either games or just whatever I can get my hands on, because it's actually increasingly difficult to actually find cards in my area. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm having fun with these, and I saw that the first one actually had some, you know, traction. So I'm glad you guys also might enjoy it. But I hope you guys have a great one. See ya.